Hey friends, today's video is going to be very important and I promise to make it super easy for you. Once you understand this, 95% of your Power BI reports will have the same custom date table I'm going to explain. By the end of this video, you will be able to create your own date table effortlessly. Alright, first things first, why do we even need a custom date table when Power BI already has an inbuilt one? When I say that, if you see in the expense data, we have a date column, transaction date. Power BI has already created a date hierarchy for us. And same for the employee data, we have a date of birth. So wherever a date column is there, Power BI has an inbuilt date hierarchy created for us. Now let me take one example and explain you the major issue we face here if we don't have a custom date table. I have this data where I have taken the bar chart and I have added transaction date and sum of amount. Now when I do a drill through, you see QTR1, QTR2, QTR3. But suppose if I want only Q1, Q2, Q3, or suppose if I want only 1, 2, 3, 4 for the quarters, I can't do it in the inbuilt feature of Power BI. Same when I drill down further, for this one, if you see months, I just want the abbreviations like JAN, FEB, but in the inbuilt feature, I can't do even that as well. So it's better to create a custom date table to have full control over how dates are displayed. First, disable this date hierarchy. To do that, you will go to File, Options and Settings. Options, since we are working on the current file, so click on the data load, uncheck auto date and time and say okay. As soon as you do that, you will notice here the hierarchy is gone now for the both employee data and expense data, and our data right now looks like this. Now let's start creating our custom date table. I'll come to table view, click on the new table. I can give any name for my table. I'll say custom date. So I'll put C date and then I'll use a formula which is calendar auto. I'll use a simple calendar auto formula, that is CALEN calendar auto close bracket, and I'll put this formula down for our easy code readability and I'll say okay. And you will see that we got our date generated from our data, and you can just click here, come to the format and take the shorter date. But here is one problem. It also picks the date from the employee data like date of birth, which we don't need, and that is why our data has from 1964, because there might be a date of birth of 1964. So we need to use a filter function on our calendar auto stating to pick the date only from the expense data transaction date. And how to write a formula? Since we are using a filter function on the calendar auto, I'll say shift enter, and now here I will use filter function and I'll say open bracket. Okay, what is my table? My table is my calendar auto, the date which I have generated, and as soon as I say comma, you will see now the filter expression is highlighted, and now we will write a filter expression. For that, again I'll do a shift enter and write a formula here. Let me write a formula and then I'll explain you each and everything about the formula. So our this filter expression is added. So basically here what I am doing it, if you see the first part, year date, this part extracts the year from each date in our calendar table. Next, if you see the symbol greater than or equal to, this means we are looking for the dates that are greater than or equal to a specific year. We don't want dates from before our data starts. If I don't give this, it will give me the whole list of dates. Rest of the function, year, minimum and expense data, basically we use the min function to find the earliest date in our expense data, and we are wrapping it with the year function, just takes the year from the minimum date. I don't want it to select all the date. I just want the year from that. So basically we are saying only include dates that are from the same year, has the earliest date in our data, or any year after that. For example, imagine your expense data starts in 2023. We don't want to include dates from 2022 or earlier. Right? So this formula ensures that our calendar table starts only from 2023 onwards. This way our date table becomes clean and relevant without any extra dates from unrelated data source like employee birth dates. I hope you understood this part of the formula. Now we will proceed further by adding other columns. But first I will click here and you will see that our data is now from 2023 only. And now we need to add the columns here like year, quarter, quarter name, month name, etc. Okay. So to add a column, we need to use a function called add columns, and again we will come up and we will say add columns. Okay. Now you might wonder why we don't put add columns after the calendar auto function, that is down here, because we'll be writing all the additional column after this year function. That's because we are telling Power BI, hey, I'm creating a new table and adding columns to it. If you put the add columns at the end, Power BI doesn't know what to do with the data beforehand. So always put add columns at the start to clearly define that we are creating a new table. If you come here, if I close another bracket, you will notice that now add columns is also closed. So we don't want that. So I'll remove this. I'll only use these until this here it is closed, and now I'll come down and now we'll start adding the columns. So first one is year. So I'll put that in inverted commas because this is going to be the header of our second column. I'll say comma and I'll use year function, year, and then I'll use date function, close bracket, comma. I'll come down, I'll use quarter function, QUARTR quarter, and then I'll use date because I want to extract quarter from this date, close bracket, comma, and now I want quarter name like Q1, Q2, Q3. I'll write it as QUAR quarter name, comma, and here you will notice that I want Q1, Q2, Q3. So first I'll write Q because it's a text. I'll put it in inverted commas and I'll use again the quarter function, that is QUARTR quarter, and I'll use a date function, close bracket, comma. So basically why I'm using this and is like it is combining this Q text and this one, because this will come 1 2 3 4, so Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And now I'll again come down, again next table I need is month, so I'll write month, comma, and I'll use a month function, open bracket, date, close bracket, comma, and now I want abbreviation of the complete January, complete February. So for that I'll use month name, you can use anything, you can write anything, comma, and for this we'll use a format function. So I'll say format, and what I need to format, I need to format my date table. In which format I want in MMM format, and I'll close bracket. Okay, and again I'll close bracket, so even our add columns is closed, and I'll click OK. And now you will see we got all this created. And I'll show you one more thing. Suppose if instead of triple M I write only 2M, what will happen? We got the numbers. And suppose if I put only 1M, then let's see what happens. We got 0 removed. And if I put 4 M's, then see what happens. We got the complete name like January, February. Okay, so our date table is created, and this is the date table you will use for most of your reports. Now let's go to the report view, and this time we will remove the transaction date and we will add year to our x-axis. It gives us the same thing. Now you will come to the model view and give the connections. You'll just drag date to your transaction date or your transaction date to your date and save it. The connection is built now. Again come to your report view. Now when you add quarter name to your x-axis, now you can see you got Q1, Q3, Q4, Q5, and now when you add month name, instead of full you got Jan, October, August abbreviations. Okay, now here is the problem, it is not sorted in the correct order. And now in your report view, come here, sort by year month label, okay, and also sort in ascending. And now you will see in quarter 1 March, quarter 2 April, May, June, quarter 3 June, July, August, it is sorted perfectly. And we don't have data before March, so it's not giving us Jan and Feb. And now let's create a hierarchy. I'll come here on the year and I'll say create hierarchy. A hierarchy is created, and now I'll click on the quarter name, add to the year hierarchy, click on the month name, add to the year hierarchy. And if you want to change this name, you can just change it by double clicking it. And now let's come to the table view, table tools, mark as a date table, on, choose date and save it. And you can see you got this as a date table created. And that's it. Your custom date table is ready and you have a complete control over how dates are displayed. You now have a professional looking date hierarchy that works correctly in your charts and visual. Just remember to mark the table as a date table and sort the month label correctly. This will make your reports cleaner and more professional. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. File is in the description for your practice. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.